I thought it'd be good to show you how I put the menu plan together as this week. It's Sunday morning and I don't always do it on a Sunday, sometimes I do it earlier, but I wanted to show you the process, or what I'm doing at the moment at least. So I ask the family what they fancy, if they've got any requests, because it's always easier to make things that people actually want to eat. At least then we might get some nights where people aren't complaining that they don't like or whatever, and fussy eaters or whatever. So Tuesdays are always a roast, so we always have a roast chicken on a Tuesday. So I've just been freezer shopping as well, so I'll show you what I mean by that. Jack's asked for tacos and nachos this week, so there's a theme there, and Stephen has asked for a game pie. Now the game pie will take some pulling together. The tacos, I can cook the meat ahead, same for the nachos. I'll probably use the same meat for both and then just fancy it up differently. So from that I can at least get the list of things that I need from Aldi or wherever if I'm shopping, like taco shells. We don't have any taco shells in, for example, no nachos. I can make them from sourdough crackers, but equally I might not want to, so we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. What did Stephen ask for? Oh yeah, he asked for the pie. Sorry, what was Grace? Grace asked for a curry. So there's 4 meals already, so I need to assign those to the days when it works best. So the pie is no good on like a working day, basically, because I'm working full time. So what else? The curry's nice and easy, so I can do that on a work day. And then basically I work out what days are more suitable for the requests. And then I go to the freezer and see what I've got in the freezer. So I'm going to show you now what I've brought out for this week's meals, or that I think we should really use because it's been in there far too long. So this is the roast, well, it's the chicken that will be roasted. These are 2 chicken breasts, which I think we'll be using today, which is Sunday. There's some liver, chicken liver from our own chickens that we've been talking about using and have never got around to, so I've took it out to force us to use it. These are some drumsticks for snacks, for lunches, when people get in from school and work and they're really hungry. I've got 2 stocks, so I make my stock ahead and I either can it or freeze it, and this will make up the soup that we need for Monday and Tuesday lunches for Stephen. This is a beef and gravy. There is just a tiny amount in there, so that'll be 1 kid's meal at some point. This is cream. I'm not sure how this is going to have fared, been in there a long time, but I'm going to make some quiche, so I'll use that in the quiche if it looks okay. We would never freeze cream to use it fresh, but I've got frozen cream and it's always been fine, but this has been in there a long time. This is rhubarb from the garden from this year, so I'm going to make up some rhubarb cordial to have as the juice for the week. This is, as you can see, a pork chop meal. So there's 2, I presume, Stephen's right, and I presume he means 2 pork chops, not 2 meals. And then there's some streaky bacon. I will just cook all of this up and we'll use it for salad toppings and things like that. That's not everything. I obviously need the game for Stephen's pie, etc. But that's just what I got when I first went in and thought, right, what needs taking out and what needs using. And then I've also been into our little stores where we keep the veggies and pulled out some potatoes and onions that are going to turn if we don't use them. This is what I've got left over. So there's an onion, half a cabbage, which would be in the fridge normally, avocado and an extra large potato. Around there you can see we've got lots and lots of eggs. I've actually got more over on the counter, but someone's just been cooking by the looks of it. So all of this will feed into the menu plan, literally. Laughing at my own jokes, really bad. So what I'll do, I'll sit down now and I'll start writing it out. What else have we got? I've got some leeks that I've just harvested, so that'll be included. And then I'll make meal ideas up for the rest of the days using what else we've got. And I've got a pantry full, which I also need to start using. Well, I have started using it, but to keep using and incorporating, such as the soup mix, all the pearl barley, all of the dried goods. There's all sorts of fantastic stuff in there, and it doesn't have to be used. I keep saying this, I want to use it just to incorporate into our diet, and to start working through some of my stocks, but it'll just last forever if we didn't use it, so that's not a big problem. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out the menu plan. When I've got it written up on the board, I'll show you what we've got going on. I've also just grabbed a few pantry items that I want to get used up this week. So there's lots and lots, but I've just grabbed a few to choose from. Pinto beans, soup and broth mix. This is spelt grain, which isn't what I thought it was going to be when I bought it, so I need to figure out how to use that. I've got tons of these carnation caramel and condensed milk, so I want to use that. and this almond flour too, which is obviously keto friendly, so low carb, and I thought it would be nice to incorporate some snacks made from that too. So I shall show you during the week what I do with all of these. So that's everything that we'll use this week. As I say, there might be 1 or 2 extras there. You've already seen the freezer items that I've got out. There are a few more for the game pie and things like that I'll need to get out. But I'm trying to get as much out of the freezer as I can and use as much as we can from the freezer rather than just keep filling it up. So when I'm making fresh stock, so for example on a Tuesday when we have the roast chicken, I'll make fresh stock from that. All of the stock needs to be pressure canned now because my freezers are just getting too full. But having said that, I need to make sure there's enough stock at one time to pressure can, because otherwise it's a bit of a waste of time turning on the pressure canner for that. Anyway, that's what we've got going on this week. I'll also be using the pantry items. You've seen what the freezer items are that we've got, and the menu plan. What I did when I found everything from the freezer, I pulled a menu plan together using what I said, what's being requested, and anything else to use up what we need, what we've got available too. So I've written out the menu plan. I'm just going to go and update the menu board there, and then I'll show you exactly what we're having for this week. So on Monday, we're going to be having tacos. I'll be doing refried beans with these to use some of the pinto beans that I showed you. Tuesday is the roast chicken and Yorkshire puddings. Wednesday is chilli and cornbread. We've got lots of mince that I want to use up, so that's why I've got it on tacos and, on Monday and on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be a curry, so this will just be a chicken korma probably, so it depends what recipe I decide to follow as to what we'll have. Friday is going to be nachos. There will be more than just nachos because my daughter's not keen on nachos. We'll figure something else out there. Saturday is game pie and Sunday is smothered pork. So now that I know what we are going to be having this week, I know what I've got in the freezer, I know what I've got in the pantry, and I know what I've got in the fridge. So that then allows me to write out a list of everything else that I still need to get when we go to the supermarket. It's mostly packed lunch items for us. So I said this on my last haul or the one before. The kids are in school, Stephen's at work. I will be back to work once it all opens up again. I'm working from home just due to the pandemic at the moment. So I can get food at home at lunchtime. It's not a problem. I'll generally just have leftovers. The other 3 need to take a packed lunch with them. And in order to do that, it's got to be accessible. They don't have the ability to heat stuff up. It's got to be easy to eat, something that they can eat quite quickly. They don't get very long for the lunches. So that's 3 extra meals every day that I've got to have ready to take out. And that's where a lot of our packed lunch items come in. Anyway, but without further ado, here's the grocery haul and another couple of bits and pieces as well. Been to Aldi and we had to nip him to Tesco. So let me go through the Aldi items first. We've got all of our usual salads. So this is mostly for packed lunches. So we've got the plum tomatoes, red onions, normal white or brown onions, peppers. The mushrooms were on the Super 6, so we got a couple of those. I got a couple of packs of carrots. I'm going to do some fermenting as well as just for normal soups and just everything that we use during the week. 2 broccolis. There weren't that many broccolis in there. I would have got more because broccoli is one of our favourites. And then some green bananas to ripen here and some extra bananas because we're having a lot more. We went through these really quickly last week. We're having them in smoothies, but on breakfasts, and the kids are taking them in the packed lunches as well. So the rest of the fruit is some wonky blueberries. I've got a pack left from last week. I did mean to get some frozen ones and then totally forgot as we got round to the freezers. Some seedless red grapes, lemons to go into my juices and also for some recipes I've got coming up. Oranges, I'm going to get these peeled and offer them ready to eat because I find that when things are prepared, people eat them rather than taking it upon themselves to do it. These Braeburn apples look lovely and these were on the Super 6 this week, so cheaper. The plums were, I think these were only 59p, which is really good. They're quite hard. Grace prefers them a little bit softer, so she's going to try some of those this week when they've softened up a little bit. The carrot batons, just because they're so cheap and it saves me chopping everything up when I'm working full time, I'll be having those with hummus and things like that for snacks. The only other thing we got there was a melon, which again, I'll chop this up and get it into a glass container, and then everybody can just have it when they're ready. So I mentioned the hummus. We got a red pepper and a Moroccan inspired one. So we'll be having that with pepper sticks and also with the carrot batons and just with the crackers and things like that we're having. There was some of this pasta on offer. So this was £1 and I just thought it looked great. So it says it's new, different colours. So we'll be having that. The treats for the packed lunches are cookies or digestive biscuits. Every week I'm using more and more of these stock cubes, so I couldn't make enough myself to use, so I'm quite happy to buy these. I got some butter for baking and some butter for our butter tin, so we've got 2 packs of that. Last week again we did go through that because we had some recipes that called for butter, so I'm not too sure that I'll be doing that this week, so 2 should be more than enough. We needed just 1 toothpaste. We would normally get more, but Grace picked that up, bless her. I got a couple of packs of herbs because I'm going to be doing some salad dressings of our own. Yes, we do grow all of the herbs and things, but this time of the year in January, there's very little out there. Stephen wanted 4 tins of lager, so I got those. I've got a couple of porridge bags, porridge oats, because we'll use these. As I say, we have some form of oats every day, but I'm also going to be making some flapjacks this week too. And homemade granola, so I might video that or let me know if you're interested in that. We've got some choco pillows. We just got 1 pack this week because we've still got 1 left from last week. Now, the only milk I needed, because I've still got lots of semi-skimmed in the freezer, is whole milk. So this is for Kiefer and some of the other recipes that we've got going on this week. Again, I might show you some of those. Some vanilla yogurt. So we are trying to make our own yogurt at the moment, but this is just in the meantime, and just some little treat yogurts there that Grace picked up. These are for packed lunches, so the kids take 1 of these each every day, and then the leftovers will either go into next week or they'll just have them as a treat. And the other packed lunch yogurts, if they want them, are these, or they'll just have them when they're getting from school. Grace picked up this summer fruits drink. I don't normally let them get it, but as I say, she comes shopping with me every week, so it's a bit of a treat for her. Jack won't like that. There's some honey. Then we got two jars of honey, a sweet chilli sauce, some chicken gravy granules, 2 types of cranberry sauce. At the back was some Bombay mix that they had on offer, so that just goes up. That's Bombay mix, that one. That just goes into the jars so that people can get it as and when. Lots of salad leaves, so we've got spinach and then just some of the 30%, they'll go today. Also got some shredded kale. Now, we do have it in the garden and we are eating it out of the garden cooked, but I got this to put in the freezer as is. And then we're going to add that to smoothies. What's in the garden is very bitter at this time of the year, I'm finding. So it's okay when it's cooked with other items, but I'm going to just have that ready on hand just to try and smoothies. It might not work. We'll see if I like it or not. A couple of the trail mixes. Then we've got 2 packs of the wraps and some garlic and coriander naans. And then moving here, we've just got paracetamol and ibuprofen. So I get some of these each time we go just to get in stock. Grace picked up some yogurt and fruit bars for her packed lunches. I've not had these before, but we've got a coffee grinder. Well, I use it as a herb grinder, but you can do coffee beans in it. So I thought we would try these. I think they were £2. We've just run out of coffee, so I thought we'll give it a go. Stephen likes coffee more than I do. See how that works out. But I also got some of the instant just in case. Well, and because you can't always be bothered to wait for the, what's it called? The press it down, the cafetiere stuff. And I got 2 packs of short crust pastry and 2 packs of puff. Now, previously I wouldn't have bought this because I can make it myself very quickly, but I'm just finding that I need to be gentle on myself and be a bit kinder, that I don't always have to do everything from scratch. These are really good. The puff pastries have been a lifesaver. Well, not a lifesaver, but they've been very enjoyable. We've enjoyed the recipes that we've had with them, and it makes life easier for me. And when I am at work full time, busying on with everything here, I'm quite happy to do that. So I've given up on torturing myself that everything has to be done from scratch, so I'm good with that. Pan au chocolat, which is again for the packed lunches. They won't have those every day, but they're there when they feel like taking them. And then from Tesco, we had to pick up some, we didn't have to, I wanted to, tortilla chips because we're doing nachos this week. Some taco shells for tomorrow, so there's the soft and the crunchy taco shells. And the other things we've got actually from Tesco, sorry, they're in the wrong place. These were Tesco's. So yeah, these were Tesco's, the only other thing that we got from there. Everything else on here is from Aldi. So I'll show you the receipts now. And Tesco and Aldi are literally right next to each other. So you can see on Tesco, there's the apricot yogurts, the Old El Paso soft ones, the tortilla chips, the crunchy ones, and then the other yogurts. And that came to £6.85 from Tesco, which is a complete rip-off because we only got them from Tesco because we'd forgotten to get them when we went in Aldi. And as I say, they're right next door to each other. So when we went into Tesco, I just said, we'll pick them up from there. But in Aldi, I think last week we got 12 and I think it was £1.70. So it's a lot cheaper to get them in Aldi. Anyway, for the rest of the haul, it came to £60.46. So that's this week's groceries. Some of them will last us longer, which again is the coffee. But I would say everything else here, apart from the pastries, maybe not all of the wraps, everything else here will be gone this week. So that's everything. Oh, I never mentioned the sweet corn, did I? So that is we're having tacos this week, which you've probably guessed, getting the taco shells. That's what the meals are going to look like this week. Don't forget to look out for the meals of the week video that will follow. And thank you for watching our grocery haul and what we've got going on.